To answer this question and gain a couple of kilos, I traveled to the land of tapas and wine to taste, discover, and explore why food waste is not a part of our everyday meals. Food waste is any kind of food and drink in good condition that the consumer decides to throw in the bin. One of the first discoveries in this project was the lack of knowledge there was in regards to food waste. Surprisingly, people are better at separating plastics than recognizing the food waste they generate at home. This means that there is an average of 176 kilograms of food waste per person a year being thrown in the bin. On top of this, over the past years we have been exposed to too good to be true edible products. By commercializing our food, it has left our meals to be heavily based on its looks. This sort of behavior has given rise to potentially avoidable food waste, which is food fit for consumption that some will eat, but others won't depending on their preparation and appearance. So how is it that some people see food while others see waste? Gastronomy represents the relationship between a society and its food. It also masters the science and art around food, which is why I set off to research 3 abstracts: preparation, presentation, and the perception our society has with food. 3 factors that hold the key for a better optimization of food in the future. Because it would have been unfeasible to research a reasonable amount of households, I set foot in various Catalan restaurants to learn about their cooking style and evaluate how linear their cuisine is. In regards to preparation, it's up to a chef's creativity to maximize its ingredients. Cooking can be a circular process if there is consciousness within the kitchen and planning before we buy food. Once a person is conscious about their food waste, it sparks a sense of change. Changing consumer habits can be tricky, but habits can be substituted by better ones over time. Good cooking habits include planning before buying, measuring what one will actually eat, and having a better control over our groceries in the kitchen. These 3 could occur if food waste was given a new name and image into the culinary world. Social stigmas associated with food waste need to be reconstructed through the help of gastronomy and design, as at the moment users express fear and a lack of trust and understanding on how to present and prepare food waste on a plate. Gastronomy has introduced us to unimaginable ingredients and extraordinary eating experiences before. It can therefore give food waste the grand opening it deserves. But first things first, our society must recognize what food waste is and how they are contributing to the problem unconsciously, as 77% could not recognize or identify food waste properly, and 89% did not know of any places to collect or drop off food waste locally. You can see how food waste is being hidden and shadowed from our society, as it can discomfort some. However, once its possibilities are showcased, people's eyes seem to open and these begin to see food where once they saw waste. 90% of 137 respondents admitted to throw food they bought. Out of this, 52% throw at least a quarter of their weekly groceries. Only after food becomes recognized will people start realizing the economical and ethical comfort that not throwing food can provide them, indulging them into better cooking practices. It's a personal experience every one of us needs to go through in order to revalue food and think of it as a prime material not all of us have the privilege to greet. So please, do not discriminate a carrot for its unusual color, or fill up the fridge as if there was no tomorrow. By treating it properly, we can assure its presence in the future. For more information and details about this research, please read the research paper and design brief that accompanies this short video. Thank you for watching.